Hey guys, I went to Goodwill today and I scored big time for preps. As everybody that's been watching my channel knows, I won a pressure canner from Alaska Prepper. Now, that was so freaking awesome, but I didn't have anything to go with it. So when I went, one of my subscribers told me to go to Goodwill to see if they had any canning jars, and they usually cost about $1 a piece or something like that. Well, they're going to be closed tomorrow. I got 12 of these big 1-quart jars, these canning jars, for 99 cents a piece, but everything in the store today was 30% off. So these cost me 66 cents a piece. And they got these, somebody was decorating them up. They used hot glue. But these are regular ball mason jars, and they're the small lid, but that's okay, for 65 cents a piece, excuse me. And I got 12 of them, that's all they had. And they all have lids and rings, but I'm not going to trust I'm not going to trust this part. I'm going to go ahead and get, of course that one doesn't look used at all, but some of them did. I'm going to save these in case I need to vacuum seal something or what have you. But I'm going to buy new inserts for the rings for all these jars before I can. I'll be sticking them into the dishwasher here and cleaning them up. I have to cut all of these off of there because you can't can with burlap around the outside. I'm trying to think of something I can use that for, but it's not really a long enough piece. Now see, this one, some of the hot glue stuck to it. I just have to peel that off. It comes off real easy because that stuff's on glass, and of course the glass wasn't sanded first. So even though it was hot glued on, the glue comes off like super easy. I just peeled it all off. Just boom, 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 done. And it's all on the back side of these things. I don't think I can use those for anything. If y'all can think of something I can use that for, I won't throw them away today. Just put them in the comments below when I post the video. Not necessarily today, but when I post the video, I might get this posted tomorrow. What did I do? Oh, okay. Okay, this is not easy to cut. This one's on here really good, but it's worth it to be able to. Okay, now this has got like a little, I have to wash that off really good. I have to soak it and scrub it. Yeah, I thought my scissors were falling apart. The little cover for the back side of the, screw popped off. But this is a good deal because I ended up buying some other things too. I'll show them to you. I'll show them to you now. I found a brand new shirt, brand spanking new, for $3.99, 30% off. It's a tank top. But as you can see, it's brand new, never been worn, but 30% off of $3.99. So I got it like for like $3. And yes, you can find them on sale at the store sometimes for $3. But I was there. I got somebody to give me a ride down to the store, and I was there, so I was able to get me a brand new tank top. And which is cool because I like to wear stuff like that in the summer. Usually I put a tank top on and then like a thin linen short sleeve collared shirt over the top. And that way it's loose and flowing and it's cooler. In the summertime, staying cool is an issue. If you don't have to have everything buttoned up tight around your body, you're cooler, okay? But on the other hand, you don't want to get sunburned. So like a lightweight cloth linen shirt of some sort, just a little short sleeve shirt, nothing fancy. The buttons are zips up the front, preferably buttons for me, and it flows around you, it shades you, it keeps you cool. So I got that shirt. So it cost me around $3. Okay, so it's $4, and 30% of $4 is like $1.30 off. So of course, I got the rest of the jars are in this thing that I got. Now, I have a hard time organizing my preps So I bought one of these, okay? It was 99 cents minus 30% off. So, up in my cabinet, I have like all my sauce mixes, gravy packets, all that kind of stuff. And those pouches that hold oatmeal and all kinds of things like that. And they don't stack. And I don't keep a lot of the boxes because the boxes are so big. They take up all my room, and as you know, I don't have very much counter or cabinet space. I have about 8 foot of cabinet space up above the bar, and one whole section of it is for dishes. So that leaves about maybe 4 to 5 foot for food, which isn't that much. And there's only one shelf in each cabinet. And so I got 2 shelves, you know, that's not a lot of room, especially if you have any preps whatsoever. Now, the last thing that I got was a couple of books, because I read a lot. That's my entertainment. I don't watch TV. I don't go to the movies. I don't go anywhere and do anything other than prepping videos. And no, that's about the only thing I've been doing lately. But anyway, I got a couple of books. They were $1.99 each minus 30%. But the big score was the 1-quart canning jars. These are freaking awesome. See, now this one was not out of the same. It's not the same. It's still a ball canning jar, but it doesn't have the graduated marks on it. So but they were the same. So somebody was making these things to put things in, you know, like gifts or what have you. So, you know, I don't know if they were going to make meals in a jar or fill them full of, I don't know, colored marbles, whatever. But I got them, and I am happy about that. So I'm going to continue taking all of this off, and we get all this done. I'm going to save these until I hear from you guys. I'm going to save these things until I hear from you guys, and see if you guys can think of something that I can actually use them for to prepare with. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so if you can't think of anything, it's no big deal. But before I actually throw it away, I'll give you guys this brain power a chance to make that happen. Let me show you one up close. They're edged on 2 sides, and it's kind of a burlap. It looks like lace over the top, but that's just decorative. Now I can peel this off. I can peel the ribbon off, and then I'm left with this. I can't think of what I could use that for, but it's possible, I guess. I could sew them all together and make something. But we'll see. We'll see if you guys can come up with anything that I can't think of anything, so maybe you guys can. We'll see if anything comes up on this before I actually throw those away, because I hate to throw anything away. I'm the biggest pack rat you ever saw, I think. But like I said earlier in one of my other videos, that I don't throw things away. I demote it, okay? It gets demoted around my house. If something can't be used for something, I try to figure out something else for it to be used for, so that it isn't a wasted, you know, I get more use out of a single item. I don't like to waste anything. So, that bow just came right off. All right. So maybe we'll figure out something. The shirt, of course, I'm going to actually put, I'm probably going to put that shirt in my inch bag. Oh, update on the inch bag. I made a video. It hasn't released yet. So I'm going to release it tomorrow. Of me packing up the MSS sleep system. Y'all watch that video. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Y'all just watch the video. I can't say anything else, or it'll be a spoiler. So, and I don't want to spoil your guys' deal. That would suck. And this is the worst pair of scissors. I've had this pair of scissors though forever. These things are so old. I'm surprised they haven't broke already, because it was like $1 at the store or something like that. It was really super cheap, and I have beat them to death. I'm literally beat them to death. I mean, I use them for, I was cutting leather with them. I've cut all kinds of things with these things, and I've never sharpened them. I just use them and use them and use them. And but now they don't want to cut. They don't want to cut anything fine like thin plastic or anything like that anymore. They're getting to the point where they're dull that way. I may sharpen them up. If I do, I'll make a video on how to sharpen scissors. But I've got lots of other pairs of scissors. I just, you know, for SHTF, you want a really good pair of scissors. You don't want to necessarily go with the cheap, cheesy ones, because, there we go. Now they're all undone. And I got a whole stack of this. I don't know what to do with this. I'm just going to set those off to the side. Maybe you guys can come up with something I can use that for. I don't do frou-frou crafts or anything like that, so, you know, I'm not an artsy craftsy kind of person. I do have a sewing machine. I am not good with it. I'll tell you right now. I can sew a straight seam. That's about it. I'm still learning. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of these big quart jars. They're two different styles. There's two different styles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are like this. They just say ball on them, okay, with no markings. And then 8 of them have the graduated markings with how much is in there, how many ounces and stuff, and it says Mason on it. But they're the same jar. They're just, one's got more information for you if you need it. And then of course, all these caps will be replaced with new ones. I checked every jar rim for any chips or cracks. These things, I don't think ever had anything inside of them. Seriously, there is no food waste. There's no hazing on the inside. There's no like residue or anything like that. Of course, that doesn't mean they could have just been washed well, but I doubt they were doing any washing with them with that stuff on them. So I'm thinking somebody made them up to make crafts out of them or do something like that with them, and then didn't do it, and then maybe, you know, got sick or moved or changed their mind or whatever the case may be, and just donated them to Goodwill. So they had like 3 of the smaller jars, but the smaller jars aren't really what I want for now. What I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to be putting up meat, a lot of meat, as much as I can afford to get. And this will make a meal for 2 people, a big meal, probably with leftovers. But I don't think that the next size down is quite big enough for 2 people because my son has a good appetite. So I don't think that, and I would hate to have to open 2 jars when we only really need to open 1. So anyway, I've got these 12 jars. That's a start. I think 6 or 7 of them will fit in my canner. I have to double check that. Now, oh, one thing you guys could do with something similar to this. Okay, this one won't work now because I've cut them all and taken them all apart. But if you live in an earthquake-prone area where, you know, things might rattle and you're worried about your jars rattling and breaking, there's a lot of things you can do with that. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys live in California or not. Now, one thing you can do is take your old gym socks, okay? Wash them, you know, wash them and bleach them really good. And then you can cut the top off of them. The top will, let me put this right here so I can show it visual. The top will slide down over it and go around the jar, okay? And that way, when they don't come into contact with each other. You don't even have to do every jar, okay? You do this jar, and then this jar it doesn't have anything, and then the next jar does, and then it looks like a checkerboard when you're done. You just don't have any of the plain jars directly next to each other. So after the second row, let me put this down. I'll visualize it here. Okay, you've got this one. Okay, let's say this is the sock. Okay, we'll just use this as a visual. Or, you know, they actually sell things for jars. Okay, to do that with. Let's just pretend these are socks for a minute. Okay, so you've got clear, you've got one with a sock, clear, one with a sock. Now the next one, you would put the clear one here and the one with the sock here so that they're checkerboard. Okay, and that way none of them come into contact with each other. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to do every jar, but they have like a rubberized mesh looking thing that, let me get this back up. that you can put around your jars, but they're expensive. If you got old socks that got holes in the toes and heels, you know, or the sock the leftover sock after the washing machine ate the other one, whatever the case may be, just wash them up really good, cut the tops off of them, you can slide them right down over the top. Now, if you have jars, let's say you put something in here that is not meat or anything like that. Let's say it's some sort of a muffin mix or something, or you've made all your ingredients and you've put it in here, and like for cornbread or what have you, you can actually take a little piece of paper, tuck it in that sock for the directions without having to write all over your lid or jar to prepare it. You can put it down in the jar too, but if you end up canning it, you wouldn't want that down in the food, but you can put it underneath, like slip it underneath that elastic top of the sock. There's a lot of things you could do. And of course, they have meals in a jar. Meals in a jar are awesome. You just take and you layer the stuff. Linda's Pantry showed this one meals in a jar recipe that I really liked. I've got to get all she dehydrates and does a lot of that stuff in cans, and I'm going to get that I'm going to write down that recipe so I can make some of my own meals in a jar, because this would make a great soup jar. Okay, this would be a big soup jar. I may have to make, because there's just 2 of us, so I might have to make those on the smaller ones. Just make the soup in a jar, meal in a jar thing. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. Thank you guys for coming. Hit the thumbs up if you would. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Check my links down below for an EMP Shield unit $50 off coupon. And y'all come back and see me.